How much water would you have to drink to die? Which mathematician was the leader of an extreme religious cult that forbade its members from talking or eating beans? How did an episode of Friends create one of the most widely believed medical myths? The answers to these questions and hundreds more can be found in my new book, Facts That Aren't True. Link in the description.
So this claim you're making about Spanky, did you just make that up just now?
No, in fact, I have a Spanky Bible.
Okay, and who wrote this?
Spanky.
Okay, where's the rest of it? And what does it claim?
This is it. Every single prophecy in the Spanky Bible has come true. This very conversation was prophesied by the Spanky Bible.
What are the attributes of Spanky?
Every prophet, the exact same as the God you believe in, except he doesn't care if you eat pork. Every prophecy in this book has come true. Future prophecies will continue to come true. Only a divine being could have revealed a perfect text like this. This being is Spanky. Let us slay. So that
Where
proves
does it say you're allowed to eat pork in that Bible?
So the law is written in the hearts of men. And those who have special witness and revelation from Spanky are simply guided toward the moral truth.
So it becomes subjective then. It's not in
No,
the book.
it comes from Spanky.
Well, it's not in the book. You just...
As you, a Muslim, knows, words can be corrupted by men, but Spanky cannot be corrupted.
It cannot be corrupted, but it doesn't even say if you're allowed to eat pork.
Again, the moral truths are spoken into the hearts of men by Spanky's divine power. And every single prophecy in my Spanky Bible has come true.
What's the evidence for that?
What do you mean? So here it is. Things will happen. Here it is. Things will happen. This conversation was literally foretold in my book.
Mm-hmm. So are you lying or are you speaking the truth right now?
You have no idea, which is the problem. It is the problem.
A very simple question. Is the religion of Spanky, is it man-made or is it divine?
You have no idea. That's the problem.
Well, I'm asking you the question. It shouldn't be that hard, right? To answer a simple question. We can expose if you are lying or not.
The problem is it doesn't matter. Even if I made it up, that doesn't mean that it's not true, because you said that any kind of God concept can exist. You have no idea if Spanky, even if I made it up, that wouldn't prove whether or not this cosmic, otherworldly thing is true, because it could be true. You said it's possible.
Okay. What does Spanky have to say about good and evil? What's good and what's evil? How do you
Again,
punish criminals?
Spanky's divine wisdom guides men toward what the moral truth is by speaking it into their hearts and consciousness. But you have to have special revelation from Spanky to get it. I was lucky enough to be one of these people, and I think some others are, but it sounds like you were not. So I urge you to allow Spanky into your heart and bosom.
Okay. How do I do that?
I have no idea.
So Spanky hasn't informed how you allow Spanky to inspire you?
Well, the works of a divine being are, as I'm sure you understand, beyond the comprehension of mere flesh and blood mortals such as ourselves. But luckily, I have been revealed the truth by Spanky. So,
yeah. So I'd like to reject Spanky's claim because it's...
Well, then you're going to hell.
That's fine.
Yeah,
because
okay. Well, it's not fine because hell's not where you want to end up.
It doesn't seem like a proper truth claim to me. It's very inconsistent. It looks like you're making stuff up right now. It sounds like you're lying about a lot of things.
Yeah,
there's no objective way.
You can't tell the difference between Islam and Spankyism. That's the problem.
I can. There's
No, you
there's an
can't.
objective, verifiable evidence of the preservation of the Quran for 1400 years. There's a way to
I literally
establish.
told you. I literally prophesized this conversation that you and I are having right now.
Okay. How many other prophecies do you have?
An infinite number of them.
Infinite number of prophecies.
Yeah.
Can
Could
you
you name
you
literally?
provide?
Could you name anything that ever happened ever?
Can I name anything that ever happened? So, what do you mean and that's mentioned in the Quran?
It does.
Or
It doesn't matter.
okay. We figured out the universe is expanding in the
Yep. My book foretold that that would occur.
okay. Where can I find this book?
I have a Google Doc that I can send you.
Okay. Did you
But
upload
the
it?
most important thing is, once again, if you open up your heart to Spanky, he will speak the divine truth to you and it will be revealed to you.
Yeah, but it's not coherent because there's no way for Spanky to inform me on how to get inspired by Spanky, so it's irrational.
How does God do that to you?
So the way I know of the truth is I use my logic, I use testimony,
That's
valid
exactly what I do.
testimonial evidence.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I do.
How did you use logic to deduce that Spanky caused the universe?
He revealed it to me. Logic's not even possible without the
Yeah, but
existence of
that's subjective.
Spanky.
Do you know the difference between subjective claim and a deductive logical argument?
This is objective because Spanky is what objectively grounds logic, reality, existence, and all these other things.
So why are we talking about you define Spanky to be the same as the God that I worship?
Yeah.
With the only difference being that Spanky allows pork. What's the evidence for this?
Spanky reveals this truth to people who open themselves up to him. Just like you believe that this apparently happened with Muhammad, God spoke directly to him. Now, you weren't there, and I don't think God speaks to you in the same way that you believe God spoke to Muhammad, so you're just taking people's word for it. I, however, have a different experience. Spanky directly talks to me, and he'll talk to you too. You just have to open your heart and bosom.
So the evidence that of us not eating or God informing us of not eating pork is actually mass transmitted.
What?
It's mass. You know the concept of mass transmission of something that's revealed or seen as to be true by people for over centuries. So if something is mass transmitted and accepted by billions of people throughout history, versus your version of Spanky telling you that it's a subjective experience, you've experienced it, maybe your neighbor has experienced it. It doesn't. I mean, the probability lies more on the side. The evidence leans more on the side of
if you
Islam
understood
than, your
objective
religion.
logic and allowed Spanky into your heart and bosom, then you would know that you're making an ad populum fallacy. According to you, Islam was true when Muhammad was the only person that received the divine truths from God. It didn't matter how many Christians there were in the world or how many Jews there were in the world. And Spanky is objectively true because that's the definition of Spanky, and I know it because it's been personally revealed to me, and because every single prophecy in the Spanky Bible has come true. Spanky prophesied that you would make that argument. Here it is. It's written right here.
Yeah, that's very weighty. Things will happen.
Yeah. Well, this
Okay.
did happen. So what other possibility? This is the only book where every single prophecy has come true. Jesus hasn't come back yet. He ain't coming back yet. Your book's bullshit too. The moon split in half? The fuck it did. Every single person on earth would have seen that happen, and they would have told stories about it, but none of them did.
So if the moon did split, you would.
No, it
you would-
didn't.
Okay, no. If it did split, how would you know? The only way you would know is through
Every
this
single
moment.
person on earth would have seen it, and they would have told stories about it.
Yeah, there are stories about it.
Not
Coming
outside of your tradition.
There is some evidence coming out from the Indian texts that there was something like that observed back 1400 years ago. But anyway, I mean that is not it's a moot point because if God is all powerful, what's the contradiction in moon splitting or donkeys talking?
The
or
overwhelming lack
wheat
of
splitting?
evidence.
No, if a supernatural event did take place a long time ago,
The
how would you know?
overwhelming lack of evidence.
How would you know? What
How do I
evidence?
know that there's an overwhelming lack of evidence?
No. How would you know? How would you disprove the testimonial evidence of people who actually saw it? You can dismiss
By
it if you want.
comparing. Sure. So if you think, again, as I said, if the moon split in half, every single person on the earth would have seen that happen. Yes?
Not necessarily.
So just somehow miraculously, even though there were probably a billion human beings, the only people that saw this were some of the people in your little corner of the world. Well, I don't know if you live there, but the corner of the world where your stories come from. That is so preposterous as to just be laughed away. And if you're going to say, herder, but my God all-powerful, and it's in the realm of possibility, then fine. Then I'm going to make the exact same arguments as you are, and my God is just as supported as yours.
So you're not applying your skepticism consistently here. So what if people did see
Exactly.
it and they didn't write it down? Is that a possibility?
No. Okay.
That's not a
In the
possibility.
sense that anything is possible, if your claims rest on not what makes any sense, but what is merely possible, anything is possible. So now we have no reason to go with any claim because I can just present the most implausible imaginable claim and then rest it on the fact that it's not literally impossible or logically impossible. And now, nana nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo, you can't do anything about it. Nobody thinks this way unless they have to, because they can't not believe in a claim about a book because they're so fucking scared of getting stabbed in the ass by Satan for eternity.